Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be dissertating and talking about having the zodiac sign Pisces on two houses in a natal horoscope. Now, when you have a sign that is duplicated in a natal chart and having it on two houses, it strongly emphasizes and accentuates the qualities and characteristics of that sign in conjunction with the houses that it falls in. Now, in those characteristics of Pisces will be very strongly pronounced in those areas, and the person won't have much difficulty in expressing them as far as the houses that they're on. Now, Pisces is about compassion, idealism, sensitivity, can be intuition, about being intuitive, about self-sacrificing, being charitable, compassionate. All these things, these qualities can be shown very strongly in those houses. Now, I'll give you an example, and I gave you this example previously with as far as I used him as an example as far as having Virgo duplicated in the natal chart. Renowned illusionist / magician David Copperfield, he has Pisces on the 6th house. Don't be too flabbergasted or in a state of shock, people. And he also has it on the 7th house. Now, with Pisces on these houses, well, firstly on the 6th house, well, I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory for David Copperfield because he works as an illusionist and magician, and Pisces is about illusion and deception. So that's it shows that those qualities are going to be shown strong in that house, and it could show idealism in connection with his work, his employment, things as far as service to others, being self-sacrificing, showing compassion in this area. Now, having it on the 7th house, it also shows that he could be very compassionate and show sensitivity, idealism in his relationships as well. Now, having the 6th and 7th house conjoined in the same sign, it shows the 6th and 7th house matters for David Copperfield can be very integrated. Now, it could indicate that his work is almost like a significant other to him, that he has a very indelible bond to it, which I believe it almost seems like it's almost like a married partner or significant other. It could indicate that his relationships can impact his work. Perhaps he, even though when he works as a magician, I mean, I see him by himself, but I would imagine in many instances he is, but having the 7th and the 6th in the same sign, perhaps his work is somehow inspired by people as far as partnerships go. And as far as having the 6th and 7th in the same sign, another thing could be is that the 6th house, as many of you know, rules small pets and animals. And this could be where he shows a lot of compassion to them and forms the quote-unquote relationship with them. When I say that, I mean, well, as far as having a very strong bond with his pets, perhaps if he has them, if applicable. So, but he could show that in that area as well, if he does have any pets. So, these are things I think are very interesting. And with David Copperfield, what's also I thought was interesting, this is kind of going off on a Gemini moon tangent here, is that having Pisces on the 7th, that also rules open enemies and adversaries, and he wound up suing somebody that was a magician himself, and since we know Pisces is associated with illusion, deception, which is something that figures prominently in somebody that's an illusionist or magician, I thought that was very interesting. So it's really, when you look at the duplicated signs, in this case Pisces, and in David Copperfield's example, it's often a way to extricate one from the problems that are associated with the intercepted signs and houses. Now, in this case, David Copperfield has his 4th and 10th houses intercepted. So this could indicate perhaps a lack of equilibrium or balance in matters connected with the career, livelihood, the public image, which is the 10th house, and the 4th house, which governs a home, family life, emotional security. So by doing the things that are associated with the 6th and 7th houses, utilizing those Pisces characteristics very strongly in them, showing the strong compassion, idealism, self-sacrifice, the sensitivity, and this is something where that could lead to perhaps the greater happiness in the home, for example. And by doing this could show where it would lead to more of a balance in terms of the home life and the career. And interestingly enough, ironically, David Copperfield has Capricorn intercepted in the 4th and Cancer intercepted in the 10th, which correspond with these houses. But it's almost like it's kind of paradoxical, because the 4th house rules it corresponds with Cancer, but he has Capricorn, the zodiac sign, in it, and he also has in his 10th house, the 10th house in astrology corresponds with Capricorn, but he has Cancer intercepted in the 10th house. So I thought that was very interesting. And if you have those houses intercepted in those signs, well, the 4th with Capricorn intercepted could indicate perhaps not enough serious attention shown to the home, and then having Cancer intercepted in the 10th house could show perhaps not enough maybe that emotional energy, that nurturing quality to the career at times. So it's just about finding that balance with them. So really, I think with David Copperfield, I'm not in a state of shock or bewildered by the fact he has Pisces on the 6th, and he also has it on the 7th, and it shows that his relationships and work are very strongly conjoined in the attributes of Pisces, being very malleable, adaptable, mutable, that compassion, that imagination, showing especially the 6th with the illusion, and working with things that are not that kind of fall out of reality, that are using deception. Those qualities in that 6th, and then in the 7th being finding maybe partners that maybe help inspire him, perhaps to some degree, to continue maybe doing his work, working with magic, the illusion, and all those things could be very strongly conjoined in his as far as he goes. And anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for having Pisces on 2 houses in a natal chart. And stay tuned next time, where I'll be starting to talk about having houses in the same sign, duplicated houses in a natal horoscope. 2 things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel, but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because a person astrologically is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.